I get it. If you liked Trump, voted for him, and you were happy with him, that also makes sense to me. But there were people who voted for him, and then when he did what he did, they were like, I can't believe he's doing this. I can't believe. Well, I'm sorry, what can you not believe? Where have you been for the last ever? Huh? I didn't think that he would. You didn't think he would what? I didn't think he. You didn't think he would what? Be him? There's no surprises with Donald Trump. That man didn't change. He didn't evolve. He is who he. What do you mean you're surprised? I just thought he would be a better president. Why? What gave you that inclination? The man is a cartoon villain. He looks like he belongs in an episode of Scooby-Doo. Like, he should be in that lineup. You know when the gang is trying to figure out who it is, and they've got them all lined up, and they're like, who is it, Scoob? Who do you think it is? And there's always like the guy who's like, it's not me, I promise you that much. And it's like, I didn't do it, it wasn't me. And he's like, I'm innocent, so innocent. Some say the most innocent person who's ever lived. You'd be like, yo, I think it's that guy. Nothing about him doesn't scream villain. The hair, the face, the way he speaks. How did people vote for him? I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I do. You know, I don't understand it. Maybe that's it. I don't understand it. Because I do know why people voted for Trump, right? It's the reason Americans vote for any president. You know, I've learned in this country, people love to vote for presidents who have a strange voice. I've never particularly understood it, but it's a trend that I've noticed. If you run for president in this country and you have a normal speaking voice, you don't get anywhere. Yeah, you don't. You just come out, you're like, hey everybody, these are my policies. People are like, boo, no way. But if you have a strange voice, you win. It doesn't matter what your policies are, it doesn't matter what you talk about, just have a real weird voice and you're done. No American president has had a normal speaking voice. None. Go back as far as you want. From the very beginning of recordings of U.S. presidents, there is none. None of them sound normal. I don't care how far back you go. John F. Kennedy, he didn't speak normally. He had a thing that he was going to do with his voice. I'm sorry, nobody talks like that. I don't care what you say. Nobody. So you telling me that man was standing in McDonald's like, could I please get a number one with a large fries? And one McFlurry, please. What do you mean the ice cream machine is broken? That's not normal. Nobody speaks like that. No American president spoke normally. None. Bill Clinton, he didn't speak normally. He just did that thing with his voice, like he's trying to seduce people. He's like, oh no, how sexual relations. That's not normal. Nobody speaks like that. Nobody. George Bush, he didn't speak normally. He did that weird thing where he was like speaking out of the side of his mouth, like, we're gonna find the people that did this. And then we're gonna blow up a totally different country. Fool me once. That's not normal. Nobody speaks like that. Nobody. Barack Obama, he didn't speak normally. He always did that thing where his voice sounded like it was buffering. As Americans, we're gonna try to get a faster internet. That's not normal. Joe Biden, he doesn't speak normally. He always does that weird mumbling thing. I don't even know what it is. Most important thing is the conscience and get people. No, I'm serious. Come on, man. Come on. Let's find this Negro in his pen in my husband, man. Come on. Oh, but I'm serious. Come on, man. What? But Trump was the weirdest voice. His voice had no rhyme or reason. That's what gets me. It's like I never know where it's going to be and why it's going to be there. Like, just even his intonation. Do you know how hard it was to figure out where to put the volume on my TV when he was giving a speech? Because you never knew. It was always high, it was low. You didn't know when it would happen. I would set the volume, put the remote control down. He would speak. And I know in this country, so many, and so many, and so many of them, there's so many have come. And I ask them, why are they so many?
Then there's a big pretty little baby. And it's coming out of the shower. But it won't come out of the baby. So then, so strange.
Sitting there at home trying to ride the volume like a terrible DJ. It wasn't normal. Sitting there the whole time. I actually like watch the whole with the remote in my hand. Just like, oh, not too loud, not too soft, not too loud, not too soft. Reminded me of when I'd be watching porn as a kid. Yeah, did that ever happen to you? Like when I was a kid, I would try and watch porn at home. So it was always random, right? Like we didn't have ready access to porn when I was growing up. If you're old enough, you know what I'm talking about here, right? Because now there's porn everywhere. There's a crazy world. Too much porn, if you ask me. No. I think like porn is fine. It's good for people to watch porn, enjoy yourself, have a good time. But now there's too much porn. It's available all the time. I think it's messing with young men's brains. You know, it really is, because like they watch porn and then they go like, "This is real life," but it's not real life. You know, and they get their minds warped. They're just like, "Oh yeah, you just walk up to a woman." And no, because internet porn is like that. You just click and you just jump straight into it. You know, like when I was young, porn had a storyline. You know, like the person was going to go somewhere for some reason, and they would talk, and then the sex would happen. Do you get what I'm saying? It was really important. It taught me many valuable lessons in life. Yeah, there'd be like some woman working in like her kitchen, and then like a tap would burst and spray water all over her tight shirts. And she'd be like, "Oh no, what am I gonna do? Water's everywhere." And the doorbell would ring. Bing bong. "I wonder who it could be. Come on in." The door would open. There'd be a plumber. "Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm a plumber." I'd be sitting at home like, "Wow, that's great customer service. How did you know?" He would come in and he would fix everything. He'd be like, "We're all done here, ma'am. Is there anything else I can do for you?" She'd be like, "Well, now that you mention it." And then the music would start. And then they would get it on. Get into it, be like, "Yeah, you want it, baby. Give it to me, darling. You want it. Clean your pipes. Clean those pipes, baby." And that porn was healthy for me. It taught me lessons about life. It made me realize there was a story involved in meeting a woman and having sex. I would have to engage her. I'd have to speak to her. You know, I understood this. I realized that the music would set the mood. It also taught me about consent. Do you want it, baby? Give it to me, darling. Do you want it, baby? Give it to me, darling. Most importantly, it taught me if I wanted to have sex with a woman, I was going to need to get a job. Valuable lessons that are now lost. This internet instant porn. Just click on a video. Any video you want, anytime. It's ready. Just type in porn, anything. Any category as well. Type in porn, anal, bam, category. You could just jump into anal. Do you know how crazy that is? It's gonna be like your birthday or something, you know? And that's what I think is creating a lot of these kids, these young boys who are angry. They watch porn with no storyline, no context. The people don't talk to each other. It's just sex. And then they meet women in real life, and then they're like, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, "Why doesn't she like me?" I think there should be a law. There should be a law. There's like only a certain amount of porn that you can watch on any given day, or they should make porn a little more realistic. That's what they should do, you know? Because young guys get angry. They get angry. They meet women in real life, and they do the porn thing. They're like, "Oh, you want me?" She's like, "No, thank you." He's like, "Ah, I'm gonna shoot somebody." Yeah, they lose their minds. They become incels. They become no. They should say, not all porn has a good ending. That's what they should do. Yeah. Because then, when the kids watch the porn, they'll start to understand a little bit more about life. You know, they'll click on the porn, and then like someone will be there, and it'll be like, you know, it'll be like, "Oh, stepdad walks in on stepdaughter getting dressed," and they'll click on it, and then, you know, the girl will be there, and she'll be like, "Oh, stepdad," and he'll be like, "Yeah, you look good," and she'll be like, "You're a creep, get out." And I'm gonna tell my mom, and she's divorcing you. This shit is over. End of porn. People are like, "Well, I guess I shouldn't do that." It always used to be, I used to love watching porn at home. It was always a treat as well. Because when I was growing up, there was no internet that you could just watch porn on. Right? And porn would sometimes come on TV in South Africa. It was really strange. Really strange. Like 3 times a year, they would randomly play porn on like national broadcast TV. But it would be at midnight and they wouldn't advertise it. So in the TV guide, there would be a little book you would get at home that would tell you what was coming. But then it would be like 10 p.m. movie, and then it would be like midnight news, and then right after midnight it would be like to be announced. And to be announced could be anything. Yeah, it could be a replay of sports, it could be an old movie, and it could be porn. And every night, every weekend, I would sit there, little 12-year-old me, and watch a movie with my mom, and then it would be finally done, you know, and she'd fall asleep, and I'd be like, Mom, you gotta go to bed. She'd be like, oh, are we going? I'd be like, no, you go. I'm gonna see if there's another movie. She'd be like, okay, but don't stay up too late. I'd be like, no, unless something gets me up. I won't. Go. She'd go to the bedroom. And the bedroom was right there. We had a tiny house. And then the porn would come on. And those days, I remember it was like hitting the jackpot. So I'd sit there and be like, come on. And the sign would flash. And the screen would like 21. This movie is not suitable for children under the age of 21. All minors must now leave the room. And I'll be like, okay. I'm leaving. Sit there on that couch excited. And for some reason, whoever made the porn back then also designed Donald Trump's voice, because you never knew what the volume was going to be. It would just randomly jump up and down. Like you could never hear the dialogue. The dialogue was always too low. You'd be watching the movie and be like... Keep careful how to have line. I'd be like, what? I can't hear what they're saying. I need to know what's happening. The plot is the most important part. No, what are they saying? More volume. And then I'll max out the volume. Max volume. I changed the channel to National Geographic. My mom would come flying in the room. What's happening here, Trevor? What's happening here? I'll be like, oh, nothing, Mommy. I'll just be sitting there with a pillow on my lap. There's nothing, Mommy. What was that sound? I'll be like, it's the hyenas. They're fighting the lions. She'll be like, oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was something else. Okay. Don't stay up too late. I'll be like, no. Okay, good night, Mommy. Good night. And she'd leave. I'd be there, my heart pounding. It would just be me and Richard Attenborough. Just sitting in the room, that voice. The young boy sits in his room, having successfully evaded his mother's questions. The lies have worked, and he will live to fight another day. This is the circle of life. Yo, OC, you guys are in fun tonight, man. Thanks for coming out, guys. Stay safe out there. I appreciate you for coming back. If you held on to the tickets, if you knew at the show, thank you so much for being here with us. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you. Oh, Trevor, can you imagine if Hitler was black? It totally wouldn't have worked. Ralph, it's not that funny. But it totally is, yeah? You should have seen yourself. It looked like you were about to invade the ham section. Oh my God, the Schwarze Hitler. I was like, yo, it's not that funny, Ralph. I tried to learn a language to connect with my father. Now I sound like one of the worst people in history. He's like, yeah, calm down, okay, calm down. Indulge me my Schadenfreude, Trev, okay? He actually taught me a new word in German that day, which I'd never heard before. Schadenfreude. Yeah, it's a German word meaning to take joy in the pain and suffering of others. Yeah. Fun fact, that word was never translated into English. Yeah, if you want to say Schadenfreude, you have to say Schadenfreude. We don't have a word for it, you know, which makes sense. Like it's such an extreme feeling to take joy in the pain and suffering of others. Why would you even want to make that word? Why would you have that as a concept, you know? It's like from the very beginning, you know, like what was happening with Germans where they're like, we need a word to explain how we feel when other people are totally not having a good time. It's not as bad as it sounds. I mean, we all experience Schadenfreude. Every single one of us here. It's random moments in life. Like, you know when you experience Schadenfreude is when you're driving on the highway and you're cruising along and then you look at the traffic going the other way. It's jam-packed. And you're just like, I made the right choices in life. Thank you, Waze. The traffic out here is on another level. That's something I will never ever get used to. It was wild. Also, like, who does driving tests in California? Like, what school do people go out to? It feels like everyone here learned how to drive from that crazy guy in Mad Max. Everything is a fight on these roads. I've never been on freeways like in California, ever. It's just everything is just death. First of all, who designed the freeways here? Who decided that a freeway shouldn't have a moment to allow you to merge? No. No, you're in immediately. 1 minute you're on a side street and then you're like, oh, freeway this way, and you turn, it's like, who decided this? Who decided this was safe? Who was like, yeah, so these cars are going to be going like 100 miles an hour, and then what we should do is let these cars come in immediately. No one lets you in, no one communicates on these roads, it's ridiculous. You just drive, you just fight. Like, I've had to learn a few things driving in California, right? Number one, you use your cars in different ways. And I get it. Look, I'm from Africa. Like, we only got cars maybe 3 decades ago. I get it. So I'm a little backward on this. But I've realized here in California, you guys are so advanced that you just drive differently. You know, your cars are different. For instance, on our cars in South Africa, what we had on the side of the car, we had these lights that would flash whenever we intend to go in a direction. And we call those lights, we call them indicators, right? And the reason we call them indicators is because they indicate the direction that you're about to move your vehicle in, right? Now here you don't have, I mean, you're so advanced that here you don't have indicators. Here you have blinkers, yes, blinkers. I've learned because you blink and the space is now gone. Driving in California, that's not a tool for communication, that's a sign of weakness. Yeah, whenever you turn on your blinker here, what you're saying is, I need someone to fill this space next to me as quickly as humanly possible. 3, 2, 1, whoa! We almost died there, good job, buddy. Everything, the phones are making us stupid. You know, we don't treat anything with value anymore. We record a bunch of things we don't watch. We take pictures we never look at. I went on vacation recently and just, like, for the fun of it, I bought a disposable camera. I had the time of my life. I forgot how much fun those cameras used to be. Remember when a camera had a finite amount of pictures you could take? That was it. How long was your vacation? 36 pictures long. That's it. That's how long your vacation was. And that's how long it needed to be. You don't need to be showing anybody more than 36 pictures in a thing. No, and then this happened, and then this. Now with phones, it's endless. It's endless. And then we went to this waterfall, and then this was me in the waterfall, and this was me not in the waterfall, and then this was me like taking a picture of the waterfall, and then there was a selfie with the waterfall, and it was like, no, kill yourself. What are you doing? Pictures used to be precious. I love that. You know when I've taken the pictures on the disposable camera, I'll take a picture, and I realized we had to choose.
Chimo mabaminda na usawidi gozo iye uya limbe kumba na usawidi go so. How about yeah? Something is killing me slowly, and I'm feeling so lonely. But this thing I must to talk oh. Yeah. All my people they for bush oh, and our children now they go for school oh. But nobody fit to talk oh. We get it plenty, so many things where we really want to complain to you. See these people where they kill us, are the people where they get for protect me. Yeah. Our children they for prison, our leaders they for prison. Now they calling for dialogue. Now who and who go talk oh. That's why we pray to God. Heal our land, heal our land, heal our land. Cause all our people are dying, and our mothers are crying. Heal our land, heal our land, heal our land. Cause all our children are dying, and our mothers are crying. Yeah. But I don't know what's up oh, at all oh. This war is bigger, and one man of it put a stop oh. So make we put them all together oh. I see plenty people don't die, and the house they where the burn, I saw the people they so far. Everybody running helter skelter, the children they suffer, there is no food and shelter. Our children down the suffer, while the leaders living la vida loca. Yeah. So now we start with the go so Cameroon though. We get it plenty, so many things where we really want to complain to you. That yeah. See these people where they kill us, now the people where they get for protect me. Yeah. Oh, no. Our children they for prison, our leaders they for prison. Hey. But they've been calling for dialogue. Now who and who go talk oh. That's why we pray to God. Heal our land, heal our land, heal our land. Cause all our people are dying, and our mothers are crying. Heal our land, heal our land, heal our land. Cause all our children are dying, and our mothers are crying.
Okay, let's take a minute of silence for our brothers and sisters who have lost their life in the struggle, and our mothers who are living in the bushes, our children suffering in the bushes with no food and no shelter. We pray that the peace return in our land, so that we can live in peace forever. That's what we cry for.
We get it plenty, so many things where we really want to complain to you. See these people where they kill us, now the people where they get for protect me. Yeah. Our children they for prison, our leaders they for prison. But they've been calling for dialogue. Now who and who go talk oh. That's why we pray to God. Heal our land, heal our land, heal our land. Cause all our people are dying, and our mothers are crying. Heal our land, heal our land, heal our land. Cause all our children are dying, and our mothers are crying. Say we get to plenty, so many things that we really won't complain to you. Daddy, everywhere. Now who's how we go so? Mama minda.